Thank you so much. And you can call me Mr. Tibbs. No, we're going to call you Starbug. We're not calling you Mr. Tibbs. That emote, when you use that emote, we know that you are being a troublemaker. Okay. Yeah, take your time. Mario, do not encourage her. You're instigating. I'm a small bay growing my first tooth. Alright, just so everybody knows. I'm 10 years older. Then I'm an enabler, I'm sorry. No, you're not. In case just so that everyone knows, Starbug and I are 10 years apart. I am 10 years older than her. I was old enough to change her diapers. Just, you know, just saying. I know the truth about the whole small bay thing. This yarn is actually super thin. You hear it, folks. Amu is 10 years. I'm 10 years older. There's an ER after that old. So mature for 10. Yeah. Hold on now. Which will shut this channel down so fast. If I claimed I was 10 years old. Oh, we're gonna lose. I'll lose Kawa. Wrong 10-year-old hands. They've seen some stuff. Baby otter. So I was complaining to Casmer that when oh, let's see. Welcome back, Mindy. I had to take out supper to thaw. Oh, you're in Hawaii. Oh, very cool. Okay, it says only 4 p.m. Okay, it is almost 9 p.m. where I'm at. I'm on the East Coast. And here is the fancy emote here. So you have the whole day ahead of you. And it's finally sweater weather. Sweater weather. I can never say that. Is it there? Okay. Oh, that's very cool. It's been sweater weather here for, let's see, several months now. I can wear a hand knit hat. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. No. This is the hand knit season is nice. Now, how long is your hand knit season? Depends. Okay. Yeah, ours, I will wear them as long as I possibly can. Like my sweaters, I'll wear. I have one in particular that I wear all like I live in it, and it actually needs to be repaired. I would say yeah, up until May, up till June. Shawls, I'll probably it depends. I blast the AC in summer so I can wear my hand knits. Oh. Yeah, Mario. I was gonna want because you make these. Mario makes these amazing. If you go into Discord, you see so many of his beautiful hand knit sweaters and knits. Hold on just a second. But I was wondering because you're in warmer weather. I mean, is that correct? So, like, when is hand knit season for you? All right, my scientists decided to kick in just now. So let's see. It can be hot indoors, chilly, or hot indoors, chilly hot outdoors. So I think it can be around a month. If you spend a lot of time outdoors, maybe a month and a half. I spend a lot of time indoors, so it feels shorter for me. Oh, that's a bummer. But Hawaii has beautiful weather. From my understanding, I've never been. While I'm not really a beach or tropical type of person, vacation person, Hawaii would be a place I would love to visit, just because of its history and and the food. I would love to visit Hawaii. Probably like late October through the end of February. Really? Okay, that's good. Oh, that's interesting. You have a lot cooler weather than I thought. Our first cool week is typically Balloon Fiesta week, which is in October. Okay. I find it gets cold in December and yes, to February. Okay. Oops. Lost some stitches here. We have all the seasons, which is nice. Okay, well that's very cool. Yeah, we have all the seasons. Though some are a lot shorter than others. Like spring is just almost like you blink and it's summer already. We do have a decent fall, I think. We have windy season, rainy season, hot season, cool season, and then a teeny tiny cold season. Ad break in just over a minute, by the way. Yeah, we still have it set to like a half hour then. That's a bummer. Okay. With those not subscribed, there's going to be a I'm hoping a short ad break. Should only be a minute and a half, no more than that. I appreciate the heads up, by the way. Wait, that's wearing a Totoro hat. It is. It is a teeny weeny. Years ago, I used to be. Thank you. I used to make hats for tiny dolls, and sell them on Etsy. Actually, I made them for all size dolls, for a particular type doll. But these were for a doll that's called Pure Nemo. It's like an anime style doll. I'll have to bring that one on screen one day so you guys can see it. And I have a Totoro hat that I made him, and it happens to fit Kawa. So he's kind of taken over my collection of hats. Just have a little cap. So I have a pin in it because I was using it to measure for the brooches. It's got a little red hat. A little panda hat. Oh, I got a loose end there. The little panda hats. Oops. And these I also sold. And I sold them at like on Etsy and then anime conventions. But a Pure Nemo, it's like the size of almost like a Barbie doll, but shorter. And they're very cute. Oh, and then my red panda. This one I did not sell. This one was like, this is my sample. I had fun making them. It's teeny weeny stitches. On Friday stream, and I'll do this next Friday as well, I was making similar hats using a modified version of this pattern for my brooches for my otters. So we'll be doing that next Friday. I have sock yarn coming my way. Finally got the itch to knit socks again after years of hiatus. Oh, okay. Well, that's awesome. That is very exciting. Now, do you have a type of sock that you'd like to make? Or are you going to be following a pattern? Like some people just have like vanilla socks that they like to make. I find socks to be a comfort knit, so I love vanilla socks. This year I'm trying to branch out. Gotta wait for the yarn to come in for me to see in person what to decide. I know 3 are self-striping type. 1 is a neon solid. Oh, very cool. Okay. We were just talking about neon yarn a little while ago. Because the one I'm using right now is it's the Hobie yarn silly sock. I kept getting their ads on Instagram, and then Asmer caved for me and bought me several skeins for to try out for Christmas this year. I like an accent neon. Yeah, let me see. I can show you. My knitting bag fell farther than I expected. Yeah, so this is, yeah, the silly, whoops, the light is really bright. Silly Sock Disco. I'm liking it so far. People were saying, some of the complaints were that it was thin, but it's perfect with this. And so I got it because they said that it's a little on the thinner side. I would say it is fingering weight still. But yeah, no, it's lovely. Like, so I'm using trekking XXL, and then trekking. This is like a tweed that I used, and it's almost the same gauge. Perfect. It might be. Oh my goodness. Yes, we're gonna allow that. It kills me that they censor that word. They censor fingering. This is like the second or third time it's happened on this channel, so, or on this stream. So not tonight, but just in general, it cracks me up. Yeah, I would say it's a lighter fingering. Yeah. This I think is a little thinner too, but it worked out great. I think I'm very happy with it. I would recommend it. I think people were hoping to use it with Patton's Croy, which is a sock yarn that you can get at like most craft stores, like Michael's. I'm not sure if they would have it at Hobby Lobby, but Michael, big box craft stores. Though I think my local one stopped carrying it. It's very affordable, and that is a heavier. I would almost say it's a sport weight. Let me see if I have any. Let's see. So yeah, so this is Patton's Croy, and this is a lot thicker. And pull out some of the neon. You can see there's a huge difference. Not huge. I mean, I wouldn't mix these two together. And this is, I think people were hoping to use it with this. At least that's what the reviews. Yeah, Hawaii has no craft stores except local chain called Ben Franklin Crafts. A price hike. Oh, and locally run stores and Walmart. So, oh, thank you. Oh, Cerberus, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. We used to have Ben Franklin's. I remember, and back in the day, that was one of our local craft stores. I order mainly online, as the last yarn store closed last year. Oh, that's a bummer. That's so, yeah, that's always depressing to hear. You hear about local yarn stores closing. Yeah, we used to have, this Ben Franklin's was way back in the day. And that was one of my local craft stores. So that either you still have the chain in Hawaii, or it's not affiliated. I mean, it could be that too. That's so interesting. Yeah. I don't know. I know the one, I can't think of any of them left in Maryland. I could be wrong though. AC Moore was another one that's still around. I'm just hoping I can do a heal and gusset in a contrasting color, so when they get a hole, they can be easily taken out and replaced. The heel flap should be no problem, and the turned heel. The heel flap and I think the gusset, you might have problems. Now, you may want to look into, which is what I did on this sock. It's called an afterthought heel. I don't know if you've done one of those before. Yeah, the gusset will be tricky. Yeah, I think the heel and the turned heel and the heel flap, they're done on their own. So you might be able to, oh, okay. I understand that. Yeah. I usually, for afterthought heels, I will add a couple extra rows, and that helps a little bit because I prefer a heel flap and gusset. But I think with the heel flap, yeah, because you don't start the gusset until after the heel flap and the turned heel is done. So you might be able to do it. Yeah, actually, the tricky one. Yeah, no, that is something I would have to think about. Yeah, good luck. I hope I really like the legal heel. I will have to look that up. Mario, you have said a new heel that I've never heard of. Okay. I will have to check it out. Oh, actually, Mindy, is Mario saying, oh, I haven't tried a legal heel in some time. Okay, I've never tried one, so now I've got to look it up. But, Mindy, you saying, like me saying an afterthought heel, and you saying heel flap and gusset, I have a book. It's called Sock Architecture, and they have where you can do a heel flap. You can do a heel flap as a afterthought heel. Andrea Mowry's DRK Everyday Socks uses them, and it fits me so nicely. Oh, nice. Okay, now is it something that you would be comfortable putting into any like future socks that you like knit? So like, I mean, would that be, since you like that heel so much, is it something that you could add to any sock pattern? I think I have that one. The heel. Okay, so let me pull it up and see if I can find the page for it. Yeah, I think I did some research. I'd be able to do as long as it's not patterned. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I love about sock knitting, is that you can like customize anything. I mean, you could put any heel in at any time. I think like Get Off My Yarn, she's doing like she loves toe up socks and knows how to do a heel flap and gusset toe up. I've never done one like that before. So yeah, so this is Sock Architecture. And so yeah, so they have a section called, says Afterthought Heels with Gusset. Oh, you have that book? Okay. Yeah, so there's so you can look it up later. On page 30, there's a gusseted afterthought heel, and it's like step by step. So it might be something worth giving a try. I'm gonna do it. I think like maybe a pair sometime soon. I'm gonna try it. Because afterthoughts are great for pattern, like self-striping yarns. It's been some time since I read it, so I'll have to reread it. There is so much in that book. It's a little overwhelming. Like I've tried to read it cover to cover, but there's a lot of helpful information, so you can totally customize. Let's see if I have Mario's. heel in here. I don't know if they have a... They don't have an index. I'll have to sit down and look at it then. See if they have the one that you're talking about. If not, I'm going to have to buy the pattern that he... Now, Mario, those socks that you knitted, they're up on the Discord, correct? Like maybe earlier on? Let me see if we... I know which ones you're talking about. Yeah, you think so? Okay. Let me see if they're still up. Okay, so this is the sock that Mario was talking about. I wish it would allow me to enlarge it. So yeah, the heel is really unique. And you said it fits like a Dream Mario? Nice. Okay. And the yarn is gorgeous. So that, yeah, I'm gonna have to look up that heel. Increases help shape around my heel, I think. Okay. Like I have not tried the, what's it called? The Fish Lips Kiss heel. I've not tried that one. I'm not the biggest fan of short row heels. So I tend to avoid those. And if I can, depending on the yarn or if the sock is patterned, I'll put in a heel flap and gusset. Yeah, I love sock knitting just for that reason, that you can try different things and then pretty much put together your own pattern and make the perfect sock for you. And you can even take like a sock pattern that you either purchased or it's free online, and you can customize it too. For the most part, you can, unless it's, there are some that are a little more technical and certain components of the sock work a certain way. Now I'm just decreasing. Oh. Yes, I don't think I'm going to get to the heel. I may at least get the stitches on the needle. We'll see. Certain parts of the US are having horrible rainstorms or just a lot of rain. I hope no one is experiencing that right now. This particular sock pattern has an odd amount of stitches on each side of the magic loop, and so it's throwing me off of my normal count. What happened here? So I'm counting and I'm like, wait a minute, 27. Thinking I forgot to decrease, but I'm doing okay. I'm fine. I added a channel. I know some of you know already. I added a channel on Discord. So if you have any favorite knitwear designers, favorite yarn companies, designer a new to you designer has a pattern that caught your eye, feel free to post it. It would be nice to have just kind of like if you're in a slump, creative slump, you can go into that particular channel and look and see what's inspiring other people. I discovered, I think she's from Germany. So she just released a really cool pattern with baubles. It's like this beautiful white, I think it's like double stranded with like mohair and wool, and then these tiny, like really colorful baubles all over. It's so pretty. And there was a pattern I think I put in chat the other day from one of my favorite knitwear designers. He just released a new sweater pattern, so I thought maybe I'll post it there again, or post it there instead of in chat. Because once it's in chat, it'll disappear, as far as I know. I figured we'll put it another place. I mean, you can still share them on chat for that's no problem. I am very into colorful knits right now. And hers are just, I mean, you can customize them to make them a little more subtle, for sure. There's also a fiber artist / woodworker or wood carver. She makes these, she's in Norway, I think, and makes these absolutely stunning petals. She does a lot of band weaving. And the other day, she also spins. The other day, she put up a video on her stories. I might post her website too, but she was making yarn out of nettles. Kind of showing just a kind of a brief idea of what the process was like. I was just in awe of what she does. She also has these gorgeous, I do wood carving as well. Oh, actually, that reminds me. I haven't introduced myself much in the stream. But I am, in case anyone's wondering, I'm Amu Blue. Amu or Blue. Respond to both. And I'm a variety crafter. I knit, spin, crochet, little crochet. and do a little wood carving and weave. What about that? Tonight I am working on the bob socks, though I think Stream Elements is not liking me tonight. Let me pop that pattern up again. And this one is by Lindsay Deegan. Anyway, I also do a little wood carving. I usually make crochet hooks. Actually, here is my, let's see if this works. Nope, that doesn't work either. Okay, well, I'm just, this is my shop, an Etsy shop. I work in a wood shop. So, we usually do Maryland Sheep and Wool festivals like that. But we mainly do, I mean, we do architectural turnings and things like that. But on the side, make fiber tools. So darning eggs, nostipendis. And if anyone is ever not sure how to use a nostipendi, I would be glad to give a lesson. Yeah, just all kinds of crochet hooks that I hand carve out of local branches or local branches from local trees. Yeah, I got all kinds of little goodies up there. And occasionally I have fiber up there. I'm trying to put more focus on fiber this year. So hopefully I'll have some bats, and want to add kind of like a yarn color of the month kind of thing. So have a couple skeins, particular colorway, and offer a new one each month. Let's see. It's all in the process. I'm also trying to prep for a festival in May right now, so yeah. So I'm working on Bob. The patterns is in chat. I don't recommend if you've never done an afterthought heel before, because don't recommend this pattern. Oh yes, festival season comes soon. Yeah, especially when you're a vendor. Yeah, I do very few festivals. I am hoping to vend at a local farmers market that's near my house this summer, spring and summer. I would like to bring my spinning wheel. That would be a fun thing. But yeah, Sheep and Wool is a huge one. But I think, what was it, last week was Vogue Knitting Live. I don't know if anyone follows like what festivals are going on. I know that one was last week. That was in New York. You think so? Okay. I've never been to that one, and I've been to New York many times. It's a very easy bus ride for us. I should do it. Rhinebeck is another one I'd love to do. I don't even know that was coming. I'm getting behind on the knitting season. I forgot I just opened up Instagram, and then all of a sudden, like all these fiber artists that I follow are at Vogue Knitting Live. Like, oh, that's right. Always in January. That would be the perfect sweater weather. Perfect time to go with your hand knits. Because the Maryland Sheep and Wool, that one, there could be some warm days. So the last couple years I've been able to wear my knits. Be happy about that. Though 2 years ago I had to wear like 2 knits, like 2 sweaters to keep myself warm. Usually we get a lot of rain. That's the downside with the festival. There's always one day where it just is a downpour. So last year we were really lucky. And it didn't rain until we were packing up our tent. I've also done Frederick Fiber Festival, which is also in Maryland. That one is a fun one. In Hawaii, do they have any? Are there any fiber festivals that you can go to, or if you've checked out or wanted to go? Not that you know of. Okay. How about you, Mario? Are there any festivals? I know that you said that there aren't really any. There are not many yarn stores. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else. Festivals are, they can be fun. If you're a vendor, they can be very tiring. We're on my last row. And I just real quick. May not have heard me. I am very grateful for what was my local yarn store when I first started knitting, or really getting into knitting. If it wasn't for that particular store and discovering like what was out there other than acrylics and cotton, I don't know where I would be today. I'd love to go to one on the continental US, but that's either Florida or Southern California. Oh, okay. They used to have Stitches. I think that just ended recently. That was a traveling one. The Stitches East used to be in my state for a number of years, and then it went over to Connecticut. Yeah, there were a lot of unhappy people when that ended. Interesting that Hawaii doesn't have. I guess it's not really a area that you would think of knits. But, I mean, people who knit are everywhere. I would love to do sometimes some of the like Arimisu, the oh yeah, Stitches West used to be in Southern California, I think. Okay. Yeah. In Japan they have like yarn crawls where some of the big or small yarn stores would do, and I would love to do one of those. That would be fun. I move things around my desk. I can't find. They are too sharp. Oh goodness. I cleaned up my desk earlier, and now I can't find my little Clover chibis as my darning needles. Not my darning needles, my... They still do? You mean Stitches? Or... I thought Stitches ended. Like last year or the year before. There was something... Or are you talking about the Japanese yarn crawls? Oh, the Tokyo has a yarn crawl. Okay. I picked up a pattern online. I've been to Japan, but not lucky enough to catch one of their yarn crawls. Actually, the two trips that I've made to Japan, which was mainly in Tokyo and Yokohama, I didn't look for any yarn. At the time I was primarily knitting for dolls and not really myself. Yeah, always want to kick myself, but that's okay. We did other things. But one year they did one where there was a designer, an English designer, who made a hat based off of the Yamamote line that circles around Tokyo. And I want to make that hat. That's like, let me see if I can pull up the pattern. I bought it. It was for I think it was for a particular yarn crawl that they had going on. It's so fun. And I like the Yamamote line. Let's see. Ravelry. Easier just to go into my library. Oh. Pretty sure I bought it. Yamamote lined toque. I don't know if I'm ever saying that right. Apologize for pausing my knitting. Oh, here we are. Thought this was such an adorable pattern, and I believe it was for the yarn crawl one year. Don't quote me on that. It probably will have that information in the description. For cute. I am right now just crafting my toe. I'm using Kitchener Stitch. Just crafting. So what I'm doing is closing up the toe so that it looks almost seamless. Isn't it a cute design? Yeah, I want to make it. As much yarn I have in my stash, especially scrap yarn, I don't think I have the right colors with the right contrast so that the train stands out. So I have to buy new yarn. Oh darn. I do buy fiber online because all of our local, well, I say all of our, we still have a couple, like indie dyers, and a couple of stores out in like the suburbs. Asmer and I don't drive though, unfortunately. So, I usually save all my yarn buying, for Maryland Sheep and Wool. Alright, the toe is done. Yay. Huzzah. Okay, so I'm not this. Trim this off. I think we have enough time. We'll see how how fast I can get at least the heel stitches onto the needles. So, okay, so this thin line, I'm going to put my needles onto the stitches that surround this line, and then I'm going to remove this scrap yarn, and we're going to make a heel. Quite sure what side to start on. Now if it was up to me, but not on this sock, I actually prefer a true afterthought rather than an afterthought heel. And the main difference is true afterthought you clip into the sock. It sounds way more scary. It is a little bit. You just want to make sure you really have your measurement. But the reason why I prefer that over the afterthought. You're almost done with the baby foot sock. Oh my goodness. Wonder where you were hiding. It's like it's pretty quiet around here. No. The reason why I prefer a true afterthought is because when I undo the clipped stitches, I don't have to go all the way back. So I don't have this sock. It did a regular afterthought. And you can see, oh gosh, my microphone, sorry about that. You see the hole right here. So when I'm done, I'm going to have to graph that closed. So annoying. And I hate doing that. But if I do a true afterthought, when I undo the stitches, I won't undo all of them. I'll leave like 1 or 2 stitches undone on each corner. And it keeps it nice and tight and closed. I'm still using those stitches to build the new heel, but that makes sense. So right now I'm just picking up. So hard to see. Right now. One side is way easier than the other, because technically you're picking up stitches upside down the other side. If you wanted to, you could actually sew in a lifeline on both sides, pull out your scrap yarn, and then pick up the stitches through the lifeline. Totally do that. Might be a little dangerous, honestly. Not really, I feel like it's just as much effort for me to pick as it is to put a lifeline in. Downstairs, I think. He's going to be snacking. Starbug's not here to stop him. My sinuses have decided tonight to not like me. Starbug likes to get on Casimir about his snacking. Now I'm picking up under. Some of these are going to be a little funky because they're not going to be actual stitches. It's kind of weird. Yep. Soda can crack open. Are the most Casper will turn into a pug with all this snacking on the job. Ooh. Casmer doesn't. Casmer is hardworking. He deserves a snack. Like what Starbucks says. Maybe that should be a redeem. give, give Casmer a treat. But all of those rolls. Oh. I don't know how Casmer feels about that. No, I said that should be a redeem. Give Casmer a treat. Talking about, you know, feeding the Tamagotchis and giving Zizi a treat. Let's give Casmer a treat. We're gonna have to go through the redeem. A fun video in for the fun hydrate other ones. Okay. All right. So now I've got my. Now I've got to pull this scrap yarn out. I'm gonna use. Oh. Or for points we take the snack away. Oh. No Pringles for Casmer. I decided to use a single. What I should have done was just like maybe some cotton crochet thread. I feel like that would have been a better scrap yarn for this. That's my other beef when it comes to like the regular afterthought yarn. I tend to use wool and it wants to stick to the stitches. So this is, yes, the most exciting part of an afterthought. Now, so I did not do this before, just because I did not read the instructions ahead of time, but originally she has you start in the middle for the heel. And then, so that middle part is the starting area, which it makes sense. If I had paid attention, I would have done that, but I didn't pay attention. So I think what I'm going to do is just, so that the heels match, I'm just going to start on the end. Apologize if my needles are scraping. That's annoying. I'll mute my mic. Be a relaxing stream. That's kind of the whole point of doing it. I find watching people knit very soothing. I cannot watch myself knit because I will fall asleep. So usually when I'm knitting, I'm doing something else. I'm focusing on something. Anyway, I thought it was as kind of just joking. I thought, maybe I'll make a YouTube like ASMR knitting ASMR YouTube video so that people, like, if they have trouble sleeping and they just want something soothing to watch. See, this is where it gets a little funky. It'll work out in the end. This did this the same exact way. It's because of its color working. What makes it extra scary. Anyway, so yeah, so I thought, oh, make a little ASMR video making a sock. Maybe knit for a couple hours. Put it up on YouTube. Asmore was like, Twitch has a makers and crafters. So I've been hanging out for a couple months before I started, but yeah, I was amazed. Okay, so now we have a partial sock. We've got the toe, we've got the ankle. Now we're going to insert the heel. I keep wanting to say eel. I think it's my sinuses. They just want to like not pronounce that H. Okay, so yeah, so what's going to happen is I'm going to have this giant gap right here, and it's I have to close it. Very annoyed and close it. It is what it is. Yeah, like I said, with a true afterthought, you clip the center and then you undo. It's literally just a center row that, whereas like with a regular afterthought, you're inserting that row with scrap yarn. Here I'm going to clip it and eliminate that center stitch or center row. And then instead of undoing all the way, which I had to do with the scrap yarn, I'll leave like 2 stitches on each side undone. I mean, yeah, I'll keep them, not undone. I'll keep them, yeah, I won't unravel those. But I'll still knit the heel into that, and it's just smoother, so much nicer. So I'm just going to start how I started before and not the pattern told me to start. Like I said, the only reason why I'm doing that is because I realized my mistake on the original heel, and I was not going to correct myself. I was just extra talking. I'm doing an afterthought heel. So I am looking for colorful socks. Showed off last week what sock I think I'm going to make next. I just have to order the yarn. Exactly what I'm going to order. But I'm going to make a pair of Entrelac socks. It ended the year last year finishing an Entrelac sweater. Love the process so much that I want to do it again, but this time with socks and tinier blocks. Let's see. Best I can get yarn in if I'll start. These are going to get fun. Remember correctly. smoothly. I didn't really have a problem with the pink being splitty, but it's being splitty now. This is going to twist this one. I'm okay with it. Pay attention to how my stitches are facing. Up, facing the other way. I don't know. Pattern is 2 pink and 3 gray. That's what I'm trying to aim for. That way. Did that. This is probably the trickiest row of all. Stitches. One, I think. Ooh. What? Oh. 35. Okay, never mind. I thought I was going to have to pick up an extra stitch. Not sure why I keep drifting to the left. Center. Minuses. I know there's supposed to be a temperature drop. It is, Coco. Thank you. It's almost 10 p.m., so I might have to close or shut down stream soon. So think of who to raid tonight. I'm gonna finish this one last row. Yeah. What troublemaker. So the hardest part of the heel is done, so now it's just I knit a couple rows and then I go right into my decreases. So next week I will have these done. We'll either pick up another project that I'm still working on or start a new one. We'll see. Next Friday, though, we're going to continue with the otters and making tiny hats, you know, finishing up the details on the brooches. All right, so there we have it. These stitches are set up. Sock puppet. Starting row. This one is where my start row is. That's the other side, so I don't see the jumps as much. I'm going to block these, so which I normally do not do for socks. I normally don't because we're gonna wear them. They're gonna be stretched. Oh, thank you, Starbug. So yeah, so I am gonna block these just to see what it looks like. Sorry, I'm getting in. Talking into my water bottle.